So, welcome to Go Central, celebrating all the good things about Central, the greatest place on earth to live, work, play, and raise a family. Um, Tonight, we're talking about summer camps. Just to let you know about the what we're doing with Go Central, about a month old now. We're just here to talk about all the positive things. We've talked about restaurants, we've talked about the chamber, and with summer coming up and kids being a big part of most of people's lives here in Central, thought we'd invite some of our local business people and volunteers, organization leaders to talk about what's up for this summer. You can comment on Facebook Live or YouTube and YouTube Live, and where we see your comments, I'll read them, and if you got a question or something interesting to talk about, we will certainly try to get you involved in the show. I am Dave Furneaux. And Gordy Rush is usually with us. He's under the weather today. And our versatile person today is Kristen Perrin. Hello, Kristen. She's co-host, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Oh, right now?
Just quickly who you are.
Okay, I'm Kristen. I have Central Community Athletics. We coach cheerleading, and we have competitive cheer teams. I'm also on the board for the Central City Chamber, and I'm on the board for Central Athletic Foundation. So I have a couple of different hats. I used to own Southern Tar Marketplace, which is an amazing boutique in Central, but I just recently sold it to Jill Corcoran, who's doing an awesome job running the show over there.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Jimbo Tate, Central Wildcat Football.
That's it. I'm with Central Youth Football. I've taken it over from Keith Kepper, Kristen's dad, several years ago, and just happy to be here.
And we have Lindsay Miette. Is it you pronounce it Miette? Lindsay
Yes,
Miette and Paula Todd from Tumblecats.
So we offer tumbling to kids 3 and up. And we'll have classes all summer for the next 4 months. It gives the kids something to look forward to. We don't have any summer camp, so to speak, scheduled at the moment, but sometimes parents just want their kids to have something to look forward to once a week. So we have a 4-month session. It's just getting started. We still have plenty of openings. And what we do is strictly tumbling. That's it.
Well, good deal. We'll get into the details shortly. Questions of the day: what activities or camps do you send your kids to in the summer? If you'd like to comment on the live stream, and what summer programs and camps are we lacking in Central? I'm going to ask everybody on the show here too. What are we lacking? So maybe we'll just start diving into your stories. And since you guys were already rolling, tell us the story of how you got in the business and how long you've been doing it, and just kind of give us some background why you do it.
I'll start because Jimbo talked about my dad. Keith Kepper he was one of the founders of the Central Area Youth Sports Association, which is CASA, which is what Jimbo runs. They are a part of the SLIFA football organization.
You mean Tank Kepper?
Yes,
okay.
Tank, my daddy. So whenever he started that football program, that was back in the 90s, I guess. The late 90s, I think. And Miss Monica McClure, who was a Central Middle School PE coach up until I think this year, I want to say she just retired. She was actually coaching the cheerleaders at the time. And she had asked me to start helping her do that. So that was back in 98, 99, somewhere in there. I think I was a senior in high school. And I was a cheerleader at Central High School at the time. So I started helping her. And then once she got tired of it and her daughter kind of aged out, I took it over. And I did that all the way through until I had my daughter. And then I kind of took a break, then came back whenever she started back again. And from there on, it's just been cheer ever since. And we started Central Community Athletics in 2010. And we just started with offering some very minor tumbling and then cheerleading. And we just did recital type reviews or showcases at the Central High School Gymnasium for the first 5 years. And then we started competing, and we've been competing ever since. And we've grown from what we started with in 2010 as 22 girls. We now have 125 girls registered for competition so far. And we're doing team evaluations this week to decide on teams for all these kids. We have 70 that are from the age of 4 to 8 years old, 70 kids. So that's kind of insane to me, but it's pretty exciting. So that's kind of a little bit about that and how I got started. Basically, because my dad was coaching football.
You're up, Jimbo.
Well, I started, I guess, with experiencing with CASA Slifa League. I refereed high school football for 15 years. And then on Saturdays, I would referee the Pee Wee leagues like Slifa. And I always thought that Slifa was a well-run organization. It was very structured. And I always said when I had kids, I would put him, if I was fortunate enough to have son, which I was, I'd put him in this league. And he started probably in 2009 as a 6-year-old, and he finished 2015, and he went on to high school. But meantime, I got involved with Keith, and he was ready to give it up, so I took it over, and we've been running it pretty much the same way, very structured, very detail-oriented. We teach fundamental football. It's about getting these kids prepared for high school, middle school. It's not we're not looking for the next NFL star. We're just trying to progress them up like cheer is doing and tumbling's doing. We're doing our part, and we do have a passion for it. And it shows through our coaches. They're all volunteer coaches. We make no money. It all goes to the kids. It's just doing it, our part for the community and our passion for football.
Sweet. Lindsay, Paula, why do you do this?
Okay, so back in the early 90s, I got a degree in kinesiology and dance. And I started teaching at a Struman Middle Magnet. I taught dance for a few years and then finished up with gymnastics. So my side job was to teach dance and gymnastics. And that's basically where it all started. But Lindsay helped me teach at a very young age. And we have continued this throughout the years since the early 90s. I mean, that's a long time. She was a little girl when she started helping me teach.
So many of you don't know, but this Paula is my aunt. She is my mother, Donna Conrad Russell's sister, youngest sister. And she's my nanny. I call her Nanny. So I've always been with her since I was little. I was with her through the magnet school when she did the gymnastics programs, and just fell in love with it. It's another reason I became a PE teacher. I teach at Bellingrath Hills Elementary School here in Central. And we decided to move our tumbling business to Central.
We are both, I know, thanks to Kristen, we are both elementary PE teachers. And if you ask us our mission statement, now we love tumbling. That is our thing. But we want the kids to love physical activity, because if they love it, they'll be self-motivated. So when the kids say, we're not coming this session, we're going to play t-ball, great. We're going to go cheer, we're going to dance, great. And if they want to come back, they do. If they don't, but our goal is for them to love physical activity first and foremost, because if they love it, whatever avenue they take, they'll be self-motivated.
All right. Let's stick with you and throw the next question out. Tell us about what is available to the kids of this community this summer, starting now. What exactly can they sign up to do?
Lindsay? So like she said earlier, we have our summer session in progress now. However, a lot of our students are doing dance, they do t-ball, they do other activities, and they haven't quite finished up yet. So what we allow our students to do is to sign up whenever all that is done. so that they have time to do it. They'll sign up when all of that is finished, and we kind of prorate the price of the session. Since our sessions are 4 months, a lot of people choose to do June and July because they're off in the summer. And then, so we'll prorate that, and we'll do a June and July for those students interested in that.
So
We've also done groups such as dance studios would send a group, and I have a dance background, and I know they use that in dance, particularly these days. We've had school groups come to us. If you have a particular need where you may need some tumbling or some conditioning or whatever, we could help you with that too.
So what ages?
Well, we say 4 and up, but if it's a mature 3 that can follow directions and not run around crazy or whatever, because it's really class. It's not mommy and me. It's real class. So we say 4 and up, but
we do have some 3-year-olds.
We do have some 3s.
Now, I've always felt like gymnastics is a kind of a fundamental skill for anyone, male or female. Do you have any boys that take your classes?
So I will tell y'all about someone, Isaac Snowbarger. He is a member of the Pelican Baseball Club. He actually came. We have several boys, but yes. I'm just telling you one in particular. And he just was working on agility and improving his overall agility. So he took, was it last summer? I think it was last summer he took. But we have several boys that take for different reasons, such as flexibility, agility.
Oh, absolutely. And if what we do can prepare them for whatever it is they want to do, the bigger picture, if it's cheer, if it's baseball, if it's karate, if it's dance, we are not the big picture. We don't compete. We don't have shows. We are not the big picture. But if we can prepare them for that, that's what we want to do.
We teach the skills for them to go off and do whatever it is they want to do to help supplement those activities.
So do they age out of your program?
No, they don't. We've had as far as college cheerleaders come and tumble in our studio.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you probably feed right into some of the stuff that Kristen does. So let's put you up next, Kristen. What can people do? What can kids do in your program this summer?
Okay, so right now, like I said, we're doing team evaluations. We also are a program that's just trying to get kids ready for middle school and high school cheer. So with CCA, that's what we do. We prepare the girls for middle school tryouts and high school tryouts by getting them, teaching them the fundamentals of cheer. What Lindsay and Paula do is great because they learn the fundamentals of tumble, and tumble is a extremely important part of cheerleading. Used to, 20 years ago, if you tumbled great, that was good. It would be almost like the bonus points on your tryouts. Today, it's extremely difficult to make a cheerleading squad if you don't tumble. Just the requirements have, kind of come a long way as far as competitive sports goes. Coaches want kids that can do those things, that can tumble, that can throw back handsprings, back tucks. And so the great thing about Tumble Cats is that they do start the girls at a young age. They can get in there, they can start learning their tumbling skills. And then when they get to us, they've already got a good foundation for us to work with. So that's fabulous. Actually, I want to say I was at a Sturma Middle Magnet whenever Miss Paula was there. So that's kind of crazy.
So was Amy.
And so was Coach Amy Stevens, who's the Central High Varsity head coach. Yes. And she coached Amy there.
And my mom was teaching English back there at that time.
That's craziness. But anyway, it's just crazy how it all comes, full circle. And then, of course, my dad grew up with Paula's brothers, and we all kind of all these Central people, we all kind of know each other and stick up for each other and promote each other as far as our businesses goes. We're always sending people there. I know they're always sending people to us, but as far as CCA goes, yeah, we're trying to prepare the kids for middle school and high school cheer. We offer competitive cheerleading, and we also have summer camps. So our summer camps, though, what a lot of people don't realize is they are not cheerleading summer camps. They are just recreational summer camps. So boys and girls can come. They play games. On Wednesdays, we have water days where we have water slides. We have snowball day where snowball people come. We have pizza day. But overall, it's just getting them active, having them run around, kind of going back to what Paula and Lindsay were saying about just getting them moving. You know, it's so easy this day and time to just be able to sit behind a screen like we're doing right now, or sit behind, watch in front of the TV, or play on your iPad or your phone or whatever it is. So we're just trying to give the kids an avenue to move around, to play. They play kickball. They play, any kind of thing that has a ball, the boys want to play it. And we have probably half and half boys and girls. So, and we have summer camp all summer long, Monday through Friday. All 7:30, I think, is early drop off. I have all my information, but I don't have it up right now. Let me look at it for you. So yeah, we have it. You can sign up. It's 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. is the regular time, but 7:30 to 5 is additional for the early drop off and late pickup. You can.
I think one of my favorite parts about your summer camp, because I've brought my two children before, is the drop-in. Because I am off in the summer being a teacher during the day, and I love that option to have that drop-in option.
Yeah. So we do. We are different in that we allow you to just do 1 day a week or 2 days a week. You don't have to do 5 days a week. So you can do a daily drop-in, and the rate for that is $25 a day. Whereas if you pay ahead of time and do the full week, it's $20 a day. But for the daily drop-ins, it is $25. And we do have a lot of people that take advantage of that. We are asking this summer that if you think you're going to be bringing your kids, to kind of give us a heads up so that we can know how many staff to have, on call or on duty for that week or whatever. But they just need to bring a lunch and then bring their water bottle and come have fun, be active, run around, play.
What age group?
We start at 5. 5, and really we probably it's like 5 and older. We have some 12s, a couple. We've had 13s in the past, but it kind of goes up through middle school basically. Once they get that old, sometimes parents are letting them stay home, or they're not wanting to come to a summer.
So if a parent doesn't want their 17-year-old around the house, they can't just drop them off for $25? Okay.
I don't know about all that. I don't think that's a good idea.
So how do they contact you?
They can email us info@ccagym.com. And we'll get back to them. We also, if you go to our Facebook page, Central Community Athletics, we have a summer camp registration on there, and you can click. There's a link and do all that way, or send us a message on Facebook. Either way works.
And let me go back to you, Lindsay and Paula. How do they contact you all?
They can contact us through Facebook. Our website has our number on it. They can call us, or they can email us at tumblecats18@gmail.com.
Okay, so a lot of this is you're feeding the athletes and you're feeding the cheerleaders that go to the football games and things like that. And so that brings our football crazy community to the feeder program for high school. Jimbo, tell us about this year's summer camp.
Well, this year we're excited to be back. Last year everything was canceled. We didn't have a season. We didn't have summer football camp because of the COVID. And so we're just ready to get back to football. This year, we are taking registration now for our summer football camp. This will be our 11th year to have the camp. We're also taking registration right now for our 2021 season. But as far as our football camp, it's ages 5 to incoming freshmen. Some of the high school coaches actually put this camp on. We run it for them. The high school coaches are actually the ones coaching. This is Coach Sid's camp. Coach Sid Edwards. This is his camp. His coaches, the current Central High football athletes are out there running the camp with the kids. Ages 5 through 12, 13 years old, whatever incoming freshman age would be. We break them down into groups of ages. So your 4-year-old won't be with a 13-year-old. They can be with the same age group. It's this year, the dates are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, June 14th, 15th, and 16th. We have it at the new turf field, which is, I guess, a year old now. So we're excited about that. We've been needing that for a long time in this community. The upgrades that's coming along in the stadium, it's what we've needed for a long time. Or like I said, this camp is geared for just giving kids that hadn't played football, tackle football, a taste of it. It's in shorts and t-shirts. So if the kid's not sure if he wants to go out for the season, it's a good thing to send them to the camp and see what tackle football will be like. For the older kids, they will do a lot of agility work to learn technique from the high school coaches. Fundamentals, start off, this is a football, I guess, like you said earlier. And we've had kids that are at the high school now that came through the camp 11 years ago. So we're excited about that also. But like I said, we're currently registering for the 2021 season. They can go to our website, centralyouthfootball.net, and they can register there for the camp or our season. We will start practice for our season mid-July. I think the first day of practice will be July 10th. So it's coming up. That's our summer, and that runs into our football season. Will actually run in through November, middle of November, right before Thanksgiving is our Super Bowl.
So do a lot of the kids that play in your SLAFA league, do they also come to your summer camp?
We do. We have both. We just have kids that need to get out of the house. Parents are tired of looking at them, so they bring them over there to get them tired for 2 hours, 6 to 8 in the afternoon or the evening, and get them tired and bring them home, go to bed. Throw them in a bath, go to bed. So we do have both. Normally we have about 120, 150 kids at camp. Our season, we have 4 different age groups of teams. So we have 11 and 12-year-old team, a 9 and 10-year-old team, 7 and 8-year-old team, and a 5 and 6-year-old team. And we'll normally have about 40 kids per team, which is pretty decent attendance for that. Well, and we are fortunate enough to have CCA out there cheering at our home games usually.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Jimbo, the concept of an 8-year-old being able to say, "I'm going to camp and I get to play with the varsity football players." That's got to be
it's fun to meet. You get to meet Coach Sid, which is a very likable guy. He's always out there. He's joking around with the kids and gives them something to look forward to. That may be your coach in 5-6 years. So you come out there and meet those guys, and a little guy gives them something to look up to, the seniors and the juniors on the football team. That, like I said, most of those kids came through our program, so it's a joy to see them as a high school football player and see how they've developed and matured through the years.
Well,
I want to say something from the Central Athletic Foundation's point of view. That's something that we're really working on moving forward for Central, is really building a tribe and starting with this young age, these 5-year-olds that do look up to the high school kids and the high school coaches. And, they're like famous to these young kids. And so what our goal is to try and kind of let it seamlessly run together. We want to build a tribe, build an actual program where, just like what CASA does, it feeds into the middle school and then it feeds into the high school. And they're learning all these skills at such a young age that by the time they get to high school, they're not working on trying to teach fundamentals anymore. They're able to just really teach, plays, offense and defense, and really kind of get deeper in. And it's the same thing with cheer. We're doing the same thing there, in that for the varsity cheerleaders just put on their spring cheer biddy camp. And we had, oh my gosh, I think it was 140 little girls that came out to the biddy camp. and they did it on the new turf field. It was awesome turnout. But those little girls look up to those varsity cheerleaders so much, and it starts to build that central pride and that desire to be a Wildcat and want to represent your school and your community. And that's really what we're trying to do. I think all of us are really kind of on board with that. Tumblecats they're just trying to build these kids, give them what they need to go off and be successful in whatever sport they choose to do. And at the same time, though, they're Tumblecats and they're central and they're representing the, central pride, just like CASA does and just like we do with CCA. And, our girls do cheer for the football games on Saturdays out at Wildcat Stadium. And it's a lot of fun. For some of our cheerleaders, it's what they look forward to more than anything. It's to be on the sidelines cheering for the football players, because that's what they grow up seeing the other cheerleaders do on Friday nights. And so they feel big when they get to be out there doing that. So just wanted to say that's something that we're really going to be working on, is not only with, our programs, but with basketball and with soccer and lacrosse and all the other sports, volleyball, trying to really build the tribe and start really at a young age and try and all work together and be on the same page.
So let's jump down to Tumblecats. So you do look at yourself as a feeder program for just about everything then, from athletes, any sport, and cheering and football, etc. So what have you seen some of your kids go on to do? Where do they typically progress to, or where have you seen them?
You want to take that?
You can.
Okay, I'll take it. We've had baseball players. We've had softball players. Of course, we've had gymnasts. We've had football players. We've had divers, people that dive. I thought that was really cool and unique.
College cheerleaders. They started with us. They got the foundation from us. And
college male cheerleaders as well. So
they went off and did programs like CCA at CCA, and a lot of those went to college to cheer.
Yeah. We've been doing tumbling for a lot of years, and, for the girls and the boys to be able to learn how to do real push-ups and have somebody teach you to do that, or you wouldn't believe the kids that maybe are, 7, 8 or older that still can't skip. Well, it does something to your brain when you finally learn how to be able to use one side and then the other side. And so we are both kinesiology majors, and we learn that in college. There's certain things you have to do that clicks. I don't know. It just helps your coordination, being able to skip, use both sides of your body.
So we've seen them go in all sorts of directions and be successful in that.
Sweet. So we'll jump back to you, Kristen. So you're a feeder program for what, in your opinion? Well, where do your kids end up?
Middle school and high school cheerleading, and then college. Currently there are 20 girls on the middle school cheerleading squad. I believe all but 3 cheered with us. Then on the varsity, there's 34 girls are on varsity this year. And of the 34, all but 6 cheered for CCA. Now,
don't you, the high school cheer coach is part of your staff too, right?
Yes. Amy Stevens, who is the head coach for varsity cheer at Central, is also one of our coaches for our rec teams. She started as a recreational cheer coach with Live Oak, and kind of helped build that program. And then we convinced her to come back to Central, because this is where she was, born and raised, and her, her alma mater is Central High. So we were lucky enough to be able to get her to come back over here. And she's now with the high school varsity, and she's also with us. And she's been with us since 2017.
So Jimbo, tell us what you've watched the football program from a coaching, from a referee point of view. You watched it from having your kids go through it. What kind of impact has SLIFA made as a feeder program to Central High School football?
I think it's made a world of difference to see these kids succeed at a young age, learn the fundamentals, and they get better every year. The kids that I coached were seniors this year and last year, and you can see the difference. Central went to the second round of the playoffs. Should have went further, but I'd love to see them. But to see their success is it's heartwarming to me. It doesn't matter if they went to Central, they went to Catholic High. We'd like to keep them all in Central, but we do have kids going everywhere. And the majority of the starters that I'd love to see on a Central High football team are former players from CASA, SLIFA, and the success. You just love these kids to death, and they always come back to you and they hug your neck, and that means world to me. To see their success and as a man growing up and as a football player. And some of them are, fortunate enough to get college scholarships. Last year, Sam Kenderson, he's at Georgia Southern this year. This year, big name was Davion Armstead. He's going to TCU. And so, I'd like to say we had a little part in that, but Coach Sid and them did their part also.
Well, I've been a fan for many, many years. My kids, of course, went to Central and been watching football games since the early 2000s. And I can tell you that talking to the coaches, and we've done the Sid Edwards show and other things on radio and things, so I've gotten to know those guys pretty well. They can track the riot. My daughter's senior year of high school, I think one year Central won one game. One year they won two games. And about the time the first batch of SLIFA kids became juniors and seniors, a huge change in the ability of this program. It just it made a big difference. I don't think it's any coincidence.
I think the younger the kids start playing together and they stay together year after year after year, they get a bond, and it's easier to coach those kids. They're coachable. We have a great relationship with the high school coaches, Coach Sid, and that's one of the benefits of our program. But now I see that Live Oak is kind of mocking what we do. Denham Springs is mocking what we do. And so they're trying to catch up, and that's why we need to, as Chris has said, make a tribe and see these kids stay together and throughout their high school careers, keep them in Central.
Yes.
Well, every year we lose kids to some of the parochial schools and private schools around the city, and some big names have left Central and gone played places and gotten big scholarships. And I think the building the tribe issue is to try to make these kids from day one want to grow up to be a Wildcat. And I think all three of your organizations are doing a great job of that.
Thank you.
So we're taking them as 3-year-olds, and we're passing them on to Kristen and to Jimbo, and we're all passing them on to great people like our high school coaches. And I can't say enough good things about Sid Edwards. He is a gem. He is one of the real treasures of Central. I've told Sid that I have a grandson. Have I mentioned that I have a grandson? Kristen, I mentioned that about 3 times last week.
Yeah, that was your first time
grandson, and I told Sid he has to coach another 18 years because I'd rather my kid or my grandkid play for a 2-9 Central team than a 9-2 team anywhere else, just because of the character. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to kind of segue into that and say, what impact have you seen in these kids as young adults? Have you got a story of someone who you had? You don't have to mention any name, but that really took refuge in your program and found success in your program, and just that you've tracked on through their early adulthood that you'd like to share? Anybody?
I do.
Go.
So, 2 of our teachers just graduated in kinesiology from Southeastern University because they want to continue teaching and coaching and teaching elementary PE like Lindsay and myself in a school setting So to me, one of them, actually both of them were in elementary education, far into it. And then they completely changed to kinesiology because they feel the passion like we feel the passion. And they want to enjoy what they do at work and make a difference for these kids. Because again, if they love it, whatever it is, they'll be self-motivated. So to me, that's a huge compliment that they just canceled what they did and changed their major.
Mm-hmm.
And they just graduated, and we are very proud of them. And one of them, can I say?
Yeah, she put it on Facebook. Surely you can.
Reagan Baggett is one of the new CIS elementary PE teachers. So we are very proud of her. That is a big deal, and she will do great things.
She's super excited about building
Awesome.
sports
Yes.
in the youth of our city.
Jimbo, Kristen, y'all got any stories?
Gosh.
I just love to see them come back to your games. You'll see them and they come up to you and hug you and talk to you and you see how they're growing, how they matured throughout the years, and you're like, man, they're grown men now. They're respectful kids. Their parents had a great job at doing that. It just makes you proud.
Have you got some guys that have come through the program that are now high school coaches?
Not really, because I started in 2008, 2009, somewhere up in them. So those kids that I coached are now seniors, freshmen, sophomores in college. The older kids on those teams, they may be finishing college. So the next couple of years I'll probably see some of that. See them, their success and for families, maybe their kid, maybe they come back and help coach. I'd love to see that. Some of the kids I've coached come back and coach the younger kids coming up these days.
Well, I know that Gyro and Morris and a few others that have been coaches here. I don't know if they participated in the Slifer programs or not, but I imagine they probably did, huh?
Probably. That was probably a little before my time. I might have refereed them. I started refereeing in '96. So they maybe at the time I was refereeing, they were probably on there. Because Red McClure had some great teams back then. He had the two twins, what were they named?
Briscoe.
The Briscoes.
The Briscoes, they played for
Will and West.
Brett's team. They had a great team. I think they lost maybe one game the entire time they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Playing for Slifer League.
They wanted to play college ball.
Yeah. There's several kids went on. We have one guy that's Eric Rathke, his son Dylan. He went to U High. That's one of the kids we should have kept in Central.
Awesome.
He's actually an offensive lineman for the Arkansas Razorbacks right now. So proud of him. I mean, he played 6 years since Slifer. Some other kids off the top of my head. You got Sam that's at Georgia Southern. He'll be a sophomore this year, so he may get a little bit more playing time. Kid that went to Catholic. He's a sophomore right now. He's a 5-star. We should have kept him, Sheldon Sampson. He should have stayed here. So he's a 5-star that as a sophomore. So it's pretty good. He played 8 years in Slifer.
We lost Menino to
Chris Menino's son, Christian.
Yeah.
He's actually going to play for Nichols.
Yeah.
He was one of my kids that I coached. He's a great young man. Proud of him. He'll be playing at Nichols. So
let's keep him home. Kristen, you got any stories you want to share?
Well, we have one of our coaches, Camille Provost, who actually cheered for me whenever she was when I was just with CASA, when we were just doing the cheering for the football teams. She cheered. Then she went on to cheer for the high school, and she's coaching for us and has been coaching for us. I think this will be her 3rd year. And we have had that a lot. A lot of the girls do end up coaching for us. We have several that coach for us currently that are either on the high school team or are in college and have cheered in college. lots that went on to cheer in college. Hannah Wall went on to cheer. She was a UCA staffer, so she made that's a hard gig to get, and she became a UCA staffer, and she did that, and she also coaches for us. But as far as like seeing them from when they were little bitty, Camille just stands out because I remember her when she was little, and she was probably maybe eight or 9 years old cheering for the football games. And now she's one of our coaches. So that's kind of fun to see.
So let's go back to community as a whole. Just some other sports camps that we mentioned in the paper this week. Ryan Dornier has tennis camps, grades 7 through 11. rdom426@gmail.com, and Central Karate doesn't have summer camps per se, but they offer something unique in the community. But they have sessions and lessons going on all summer. You can call 261-6326. So what do we not have in Central that we'd like to see? Or do we have it all?
I don't know. Do we have bowling? I mean, I know we do at the school, but do we have
bowling team?
For the children? We do, but do we have it to offer the kids? No, probably not. Not out of the school.
Yeah, the lack of a bowling alley kind of hurts you there. But
you can't
bowling
really
finished second in the state, the boys and the girls bowling.
Oh, they did great.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, Sarah LaDuff went on to bowl for Southern. I think she's graduated now. So swimming, is anybody teaching swimming? Oh, you are. Oh, okay. Tell us about swimming.
So we teach swimming lessons. I've actually talked with Ashley Rush, and they're planning an event at the Legacy, and it's going to promote the tennis and swimming of Central. So that's a big open house for Central coming up June 3rd. And I'll be doing most of the stuff for the swimming portion.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, that's it.
Central Open House. The Legacy is the old Sherwood Forest Country Club, so it's not too far out of Central. But when it comes to having tennis courts and swimming, it's something you need to do. 3 to 5, tennis instruction. 5 to 7, swimming relays. 7:30, a poolside movie. You can contact the Central Athletic Foundation, I think, to register. Is that true, Kristen?
Yes, it is.
And CAF provide waters, Powerade, yada yada yada. Legacy Grill, you get food's available. So it'll be a great day on June the 3rd, which is coming up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Right around the corner.
And so now we got swimming. You weren't even going to volunteer that. So what age do you take swimmers?
You go. My voice is shot. You go.
We start at age 3, I would say.
We have a couple of twos.
And we teach the basic swimming, just how to survive in a pool and be comfortable and confident in the water.
And how old? I mean, up until
however old.
We have
some. If I can't swim, can I come learn?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So seriously, you get kids through elementary school, middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Although we have 12 and 13-year-old boys signed up for our brothers signed up for our next session. So they range anywhere from 2 all the way 13, I think is probably the oldest. But there are some adults that don't know how to swim, and we definitely can teach them.
I mean, we could. We teach breath, float, stroke. So, I don't know. We have a few swim sessions this summer. We've already had one a couple of weeks ago.
Where do you do that?
At my house.
Okay.
Yeah. In my pool.
This area does lack any kind of a swimming facility.
I was going to say, though, Community Haven does have their pool, and I do think that they are taking like memberships. Like you can join.
I saw their pool is looking nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Is that your uncle's former church facility?
Yeah, it's where Berean Ministries used to be. It's now Community Haven, and they do have a lot of. They've done a lot over there to make it really nice.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa's.
Yeah, it was my papa's, then it was my uncle's, and now it's Carla Cormier's.
Well, is there anything else anybody would like to? Any other hidden gems? We found the swimmers. Anything else that you guys doing? You're not volunteering.
Well, it's not so much for kids.
Well, this is not so much for kids, but we do offer adult dance classes. Paula and her husband, Mike Todd, they've taught several years of adult dance classes.
We've held off because of COVID. I mean, I think it was against the law to dance. I'm not exactly sure. So, but I have taught a Mardi Gras crew before, different groups of people, jitterbug, two-step, line dances. So that's really fun too.
Please don't tell my wife, because we'll be taking lessons if you do.
Well, I think once the COVID is, pretty soon I'll be getting together another dance session. You can be looking for it on our Tumblecats Facebook. And I'm a really good teacher. I make it simple. So it would be fun. If anyone's interested, something will be coming out soon about it.
And your facility is behind Oak Point, right?
Yeah. No, it's in Oak Point. It's beside it. It's not behind it.
It's in the Oak Point Shopping Center.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Kristen, you guys are located
On Geaux Road, right next door to the school board office.
the old Starkey Gym.
Yeah, the old Starkey Gym. Yep.
And Jimbo, you're wherever there's turf, right?
Wherever we can find a field, a piece of grass to play on. We've been fortunate with the Central Community Schools. Our season, we practiced at a middle school on their practice fields. We use that. The little soccer field, we have 4 teams out there, almost 160 kids. So they're all there. And we are fortunate enough to play our games at Wildcat Stadium, our home games.
Well, Kristen and I are going to stick around and kind of run down some of the things going on in Central this next couple of weeks. But we thank you guys for being here. Thanks for sharing your skills with the community.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks
Thank
for
y'all.
building our future athletes and our future dancers and swimmers and cheers, etc. Sid Edwards was coaching softball a few years back at the high school. They had an opening and he hadn't filled it, so he jumped in and coached. And he said, "I figured out where all my girl athletes are." He said, "They're all cheerleaders."
That's right.
Sorry.
The best athletes you'll ever find.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sid knew that. Sid knew that. So thanks for bringing up our kids and giving them opportunities and giving the parents a break this summer. So get with some of these people for your summer activities. And if any of y'all need to sign off, you're welcome to. Thank you for being here.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jimbo. Thanks, Lindsay.
See you later.
Bye.
So Kristen, I'm looking at this here schedule in the newspaper. CHS graduation got moved, didn't it?
It got moved to the River Center.
And date and time is still the same?
Date and time is still the
It
same.
was going to be the 18th, which is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. And River Center because of the
weather, they were going to have it at the field, the football stadium, and the weather's not cooperating. So they had to find a location that could house everybody.
And the 19th, last day for students at high school.
Yeah, it's the last day for schools. Yeah, the 19th, Wednesday. Tomorrow's a half day, and Wednesday's a half day. So 2 early dismissal days left.
Then the 21st, you're a CAF board member, right?
Yes,
so
we're having.
On the 21st.
Hey, we're having a party.
Where would that be?
We're going to have that at the CCA gym, the old Starkey Gym. And we have Last Call coming to there. It's a band. The lead singer's Trey Gallman. He's really good. The band's great. A lot of fun country music cover band. They have some of their own songs as well that are really good. We also have a DJ. Caliente Mexican Craving will be catering Friday night. And we're just going to have a good time. It's just a place for all the, everybody to come out and enjoy some live music and have some fun dancing and hanging out. So that'll be Friday night.
Well,
and then
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, and then Saturday we have more live music at the Shop the Square event.
Wait, you got to take off your CAF hat and put on your Central Chamber hat because you're a member of that board too, right?
Yes, that's correct.
You must be tired.
yeah. Yeah, I'm tired. That's why I had to sell Southern Charm.
Okay.
Anyway,
22nd.
So, yeah, 22nd, Shop the Square. It starts at 4 p.m. We have food trucks. We have about 45 vendors selling different things. We have, I think, I want to say the last count was 10 food trucks that'll be out there Saturday evening, as well as the Honky Tonk Playboys will be playing live under the pavilion. And we'll have some games for the kids and things like that. So you can all come out, hang out, listen to the music, shop a little, eat some food from the yummy food trucks, and that'll be Saturday evening. So that'll be a great thing to come out with the family, 4 p.m. till
So if
like.
you enjoyed the food truck roundup or the Shop the Square, this is both.
This is both, yeah. This
Not
is
to
a
be
combo.
missed.
Yeah.
And a little scoop we got from last week, Caliente has bought a food truck.
Yes.
I don't think they got it on road in time for this event.
No, I don't think this one, but she said hopefully the next one they'll be able to be at. So I am excited for them though. That's really awesome.
And then on the 27th, Memorial Day service, Co-Meet Baptist Church, 6:30 p.m., put on by the Geaux 7 chapter of Blue Star Moms. And they've been some very meaningful events on some of these Memorial Day services. I encourage you to go.
I will be in Puerto Rico though. I'm leaving Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. So I won't be on the call next week because I will be in San Juan.
On the beach.
On the beach.
Sweet.
Yes. So I'll come back with a tan.
So I guess you're missing the show next week. No.
Yes, I won't be on the show next
week. We'll get Gordy healthy by then.
Yeah, Gordy, you need to get well.
There you go. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for Kristen. Thanks for being here and wearing all those hats you wear. And I know you had a long, hard day, so we'll just sign off here and appreciate everybody participating. Looking
Thanks,
to
guys.
celebrate all the great things in Central.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.